What would you do if you lost all your data?
Cyber attacks on U.S. networks have increased 400% since March of 2020, making cybersecurity more important than ever to individuals and businesses.
Still, we lose data, $16 billion a day to cybercrime.
We spoke with local cybersecurity experts to hear what they had to say about the current cyber landscape and what you can do to minimize your risk online.
People should be concerned about online privacy because your information is being presented in front of many people in many places on the internet. And you would not share that information with a stranger on the street, so you shouldn't share your information with strangers on the internet. Everybody's data is important to somebody.
A lot of information, once the bad guys or hackers know about you, there's no way around it. For instance, if they know your date of birth, that's not something you can change. So the more data we leave everywhere, the easier it gets for the hackers to basically try to recreate our identity. Throughout your life, you might have several different phone numbers, several different addresses. Some of them might be obsolete. That's why the hackers really like to directly get that information from you.
They fake a website that looks just like your normal login to, we'll say QVC. So I make a new QVC website, username and password, you log in. So now they've captured your username and password, and they now can get into your account there. Amazon has this issue. Several other larger manufacturers and suppliers of household goods and stuff all have problems of people trying to capture people's information from that.
Bad guys basically look for the weakest link in this ecosystem, which is the human subject, right? They try to intimidate the human subject or threaten this human subject to leak the information.
In the age of COVID, many more people have the option to work from home, using their personal devices on their private network, accessing corporate servers remotely. Securing these devices and the network that the devices use for malware and other harmful viruses can be a challenge for businesses. What should organizations do to make sure they're prepared for an attack on their network?
Cybersecurity needs to be taken seriously now. We see in some of our customers up to 3,500 attacks a day on their firewalls.
Companies should have a cybersecurity policy in place that's understood and implemented by the entire staff. Companies should also have their sensitive information backed up in case they are hit by a cyber attack or ransomware attack, and they would be able to recover from those attacks. And this is obviously extremely important for financial institutions, medical institutions, and even small business.
Protecting your computer with anti-spammers, firewalls, and antivirus software gives you extra protection from cyber attacks. But experts say it's not a one-and-done solution.
So this whole cybersecurity battle today is really just a cat and mouse game. I would like to emphasize that technology itself is not the solution. We have to raise awareness. We have to educate our public, and that's actually the mission of Cyberspara, the company that I founded and I'm the CEO.
So what would you say are the top 5 tips for people to take away to protect their online privacy?
That's an excellent question. So for me, number 1 is use a strong password and update it every 6 months to a year. The reason is the more complex the password is, the harder it is for the adversary to guess it. Number 2, use a 2-factor authentication method on your account. Try to sign in with your email address or phone, and then it sends you a code or text message to your phone to make sure it's really you, not someone who has acquired your username and password. So that's another good way to protect your account. Number 3 is keep your hardware and software up to date. So it's good that you have a good secure operating system or a good antivirus. But if you installed it 10 years ago and you haven't updated that, it means that it's not really able to do that cat and mice thing that we talked about it. So basically, it always needs to be up to date. Number 4, avoid opening suspicious emails. Some of them, they look really realistic. It might look that it's sent from your bank. Sometimes these are emails that try to frighten a person. And sometimes it's just they try to give you incentives. Congratulations, you just won a laptop. So these two ways are the hackers basically try to use to change your rational thinking and convince you to click on that link that perhaps has a malware on it or take some information from you. Last but not least, delete your personal data before you give away your device or you want to sell it. So simply just don't delete your files and say, okay, this is done. If you can, there's always an option that you can set it back to its factory setting, which means it actually completely erases everything. So here at SUNY Canton, we have a 4-year cybersecurity program that can be fully online, in person, or a hybrid version of both. Our program has been verified by National Security Agency. We would like to extend invitation to everyone. If they have questions about cybersecurity, they are more than welcome to contact us and we'll be happy to help.
For WPBS Weekly, I'm Ryan Proven.